Catherine Batt, in her analysis of the skeletal remains from Dublin, notes, "The skeletal evidence from Dublin reveals a stark contrast between the health of the free population and that of the enslaved. Slaves often exhibit signs of malnutrition, disease, and physical trauma, indicating a life of hardship and deprivation." Gekogad Gadil Regalib, a 12th century Irish account of the Viking Wars, called The War of the Irish with the Foreigners, translated, describes the harsh treatment of slaves. In the literature, it says, "The foreigners were harsh and cruel masters, and they treated their slaves with great severity. They forced them to labor without rest, and they punished them severely for any transgressions." Slaves in Dublin performed a wide range of tasks. They were employed in domestic service, agriculture, construction, and craft production. Some slaves were even trained as warriors, fighting alongside their Viking masters in raids and battles. James Barrett, in the book Viking Age Economics and Society, discusses the diverse roles of slaves. He writes, "Slaves were an integral part of the Viking Age economy. They provided a source of cheap labor, and they were employed in a wide range of activities, from domestic service and agriculture to skilled crafts and warfare." In the book called The Viking World, by James Graham Campbell and Neil Price, the authors write, "Slaves were the property of their owners and could be treated as their owners saw fit. Punishments for disobedience or perceived infractions could be severe, including beatings, mutilation, or even death." The Icelandic sagas, while often fiction, also offer glimpses into the treatment of slaves. In these sagas, slaves are sometimes depicted as being subject to physical and emotional abuse at the hands of their masters. In the saga of the people of Laxardal, a slave named Geirtoft is brutally beaten by his master Bolli for a minor offense. This scene, though perhaps fictional, may reflect the harsh realities of slavery in the Viking Age. Geirtoft, a slave owned by Bolli Thorleiksson, a prominent chieftain, is involved in a minor dispute with another man named Gudrun. The argument escalates, and Geirtoft strikes Gudrun with a stick. Here comes a quote from the Laxdala saga. "Geirtoft struck at Gudrun with a big stick he was carrying and caught him above the elbow. This blow was so hard that the arm was broken. Bolli, upon learning of this, is enraged. He sees this not just as an injury to his kinsman, but as an act of defiance by a slave. He orders Geirtoft to be seized and punished.